book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Hawashai, Bahara Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, Shalom to the whole elect of the nation of Israel. That scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some looking like the heathen, beginning with 144,000, preaching to the prophet Shalom. And we'll see through the elites who using Trump using his officials, which took it down to the Trump administration, also the governors of these states, man. All right, that's falling in line. All right, the unwise king destroys his people. All right, so that's the people that they're superseding. Okay, who they're overseers of, which would be the citizens. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. No one's rejoicing, right? No happiness, no peace. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, right? So the people are moaning and groaning. People are sighing and crying. Now, we got this video right here. Homeless residents in D.C. will be given, excuse me. I got like 3 or 4 videos I got to upload, y'all. So I got it. Hold on. I got like 3 or 4 videos I got to upload, y'all. I got to get to the library and on Walmart. Put them up. Nope, this ain't what I want. There it is.
The Metropolitan Police.
Let me see. Sorry about that. Leavitt details plans for homeless under Trump's D.C. federal takeover. Title of this video: Homeless residents in D.C. will be given treatment choices or face going to jail, Leavitt says. So they've been given ultimatums. They're given ultimatums. You could do this or that, but you can't be homeless. All right? Remember, rent is through the roof. People can't afford houses. People credit are shot. People got paid by loans, student loans. They come about food stamps, all of this, which is it's good. It's good. Hey, we glad. All praise to how about Shema Shop. Profits are playing out. But look at how hard they're making it for people, man. All right? Now check this out. Remember, you're given a choice. This is somewhat like a part 2 of the lesson how about Shema Shop me do last night concerning down there in Oklahoma. If you can't prove, or should I say, you got to prove that you're with America first, right? Then let's read it. Pretty much the Holy Spirit hit me last night to go on tour. You got to prove that you're America first, or you pretty much can't get the job within the school system. Where is it? Come on, man. I'm overlooking it. Excuse me. Let me see. Oh man, hold on. I gotta find that. Let me see. I got it. Here it is. With the wrong app. It says Oklahoma will require teachers from New York, Cali to prove they back America first. You see? Oklahoma will require teachers from New York, Cali to prove they back America first. So, hey, this is more like a part 2 concerning it, right? So you see, we're in a time of choices gonna have to be made, right? And that's one of the videos you have about somebody had me do last night that I got to upload today. Father House will. I will begin to elaborate and or Walmart. But you see, they're really coming down hard on the people, man. All right, now check this out.
The Metropolitan Police Department with the support of the new federal agencies who have been surging on the streets of the District of Columbia, are going to enforce the laws that are already on the books here in Washington, D.C. For far too long, these laws have been completely ignored, and the homelessness problem has ravaged the city. So D.C. Code 22-1307 and D.C. Municipal Regulation 24-100 give the Metropolitan Police Department the authority to take action when it comes to homeless encampments. So homeless individuals will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time. Again, these are pre-existing laws that are already on the books. They have not been enforced, which is part of the reason for this federalizing of the National Guard to bring in this assistance for law enforcement. While we are targeting criminals and trying to remove criminals off of the streets, we also want to make DC safe and beautiful, and that involves removing mentally disturbed individuals and homeless encampments as well. So we will be using these regulations and code that already exists to clean up our streets, and we've already had great success. Not many of you picked up on this, but the United States Park Police has actually done remarkable work in terms of removing homeless encampments from the city. Since the president signed this executive order in March, 70 homeless encampments have been removed by the U.S. Park Police. There are only 2 homeless encampments remaining in D.C. federal parks under the National Park Service's jurisdiction, and the removal of those 2 remaining camps is scheduled for this week. So the U.S. Park Police will be leading this effort alongside MPD.
Very quickly, he had talked in one of his social media posts about moving them very far outside of the city. Is that off?
No, it's not off. We're exploring how we could do that. But again, homeless shelters, offered addiction and mental health services, or jail if they refuse are the options on the table right now. And we'll continue to explore that option.
You see that? They're the options. You could go to jail if you deny medical treatment or psychology treatment. So if you're homeless, you got mental issues or on drugs. But if you deny those treatments, those programs, then you're going to jail and gonna pay fines. Well, you're homeless, how you gonna pay fines? Right? See how they're making it harder for the people? And also, you heard what the reporter asked. She said she heard that y'all were moving far from the city. Right? Hey, that's been exiled. That's that Revelation 13. We're going to get it again. We got in the last video by what the Holy Spirit. So this is the time we're in, man. Choice is going to have to be made. And it's a consequence behind every choice. Okay? See, we can't afford to make the wrong choices, us as the hopeful elect. 2/3 do what you want. You heathen do what you want. But us as a hopeful elect, we know what choices we got to make. It's always Yahweh Shema Shah. Overall. Right? Real quick. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak. So, hey, you see, even with this video right here, what they're putting in place, starting with the homeless. Remember, everybody's going to be homeless soon. All right? And we're going to have to be as pilgrims upon the earth. When you get to 2nd Ezra 16, I believe like the 40th verse. All right? So you see with this New World Order system, what they're setting up, it's speaking. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause it as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't get down with these policies and bow the knee, you will be killed, which is literal, and also, or separated, or separated. All right? Let's just get that real quick. Apatinao, which is literally to be killed. Apao, apa, of separation, of local separation after verse of motion from a place, i.e., of departing or fleeing, you see? Being separated, B, of separation of a part from the whole, you see? That's been exiled. As like they said, hey, we're looking at options to move them far from the city. Are we going to drop them off no man's land? Yeah. Yeah, in the dead man's zone, no man's land. Hey, they getting these 15-minute cities set up, man. All right? Well, there's not going to be crime and chaos. See, those who don't bow the knee, that don't be killed, but are exiled, are going to be on the outskirts. All right. So, hey, I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of power. How about Shema Shai? And this is the time we in. As a matter of fact, I typed this in. What classifies a person as homeless? Right? Hey, y'all, overview classifying homelessness in Washington, D.C. In Washington, D.C., a person is generally classified as homeless if they lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. This means they don't have a stable and safe place to live each night. Hey, so if you're sleeping in your car, they don't consider that a safe place to live in. It's not stable. So unless you're inside of a home, a building with 4 walls and a bathroom, a functioning building, you're homeless. A functioning building with lights, water, clean, doors, no mold. Hey, got a roof on over your head. All the floors in place. Okay? They consider that safe places to live. So people sleeping in abandoned buildings, sleeping in cars. Hey, you living your van life? Nah, man. They consider that homeless in D.C. It says specific situations that fall under this definition include living in emergency or traditional shelters. Hey, again, specific situations that fall under this definition include living in emergency or transitional shelters. That's homeless. Staying in public or private places not meant for human habitation, e.g. parks, abandoned buildings, cars. You see, that's homelessness. Sharing housing with others due to loss of housing, economic hardship, or similar reasons, often termed double up or couch surfing. That's homelessness. You see? Hey, this the time we in. Hey, all this is by design. Read Job the 24th chapter. All right? Staying in motels, hotels, or campgrounds due to lack of other adequate accommodations. That's homelessness. Exiting an institution like a jail, hospital, or treatment facility where they resided for 90 days or less and were homeless before entering the institution. That's homelessness. Hey, so you just heard Leavitt, whatever her name is, or her proud self, say, hey, if you're homeless, you can either go to a mental facility and seek treatment or homeless shelter. Well, guess what? Underneath that definition, you still homeless. You see? So what they got going on is deeper than what they're telling us. Hey, like we've been saying about what the Holy Spirit, hey, they gonna mind alter these people, man. They gonna get these people to bottom. They probably got these people taking the chip, man, or something close to it. Got them denouncing their faith. They're setting some type of deal with them, man. Because even under their definition, again, exiting an institution like a jail, hospital, or treatment facility where they resided for 90 days or less and were homeless before entering the institution. Hey, you still homeless. Fleeing or attempting to flee. Hey, like that movie, The Purge, they would let people out of jail, as long as they put them contacts in their eyes. The one where they went to the hood. You see that? It says it's important. It says fleeing or attempting to flee domestic violence with no other safe residence and lacking the resource to obtain permanent housing. So those that's in a domestic relationship, you should a man and a woman living in the same household, or this freaky world. Your partner, you and your partner got into it, and it's a domestic dispute, and you make that call. And whoever they decide the house or the apartment belongs to, the other one is considered homeless. You see? If you don't have a safe permanent housing to go to after that, you consider homeless. It's important to note that various federal and local programs may have slightly different criteria for determining eligibility for services, but the core element remains the lack of a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. Factors contributing to homelessness in D.C., Washington, D.C., lack of affordable housing, high cost of living, shortage of jobs, paying a living wage, racial discrimination in housing and labor markets, disabilities, evictions, and poverty, particularly affecting the black and homeless population. And that's not just DC, that's everywhere. All right? That's everywhere. All right? So I typed in, which I know the answer is yes, but you just like to type stuff in just to see what they say. They give you more information. It's federal law, or does federal law supersede state law? The Supremacy Clause refers to the foundational principle that in general, federal law takes precedence over any conflicting state law. So if a state law is not in alliance or in agreement with the federal law could say, the federal government can say, nope, you got to do what we say do. Forget your state laws. And that's the time we in. Hey, we're in the time where state laws, these governors, they're not going to be able to do what they want to do. Everybody's going to be in line with this beast system, man. This new world order. The image of the beast. This new way. All right? So come on, man. Hey, let's close out with that again. One more time. Because this is the time we in. This going to be everywhere soon. They're starting with the capital. Okay, which is DC. All right? Come on, man. So everybody else going to follow suit eventually. Hey, you get that book of Daniel. It's all the governors and the states. All that stuff it was saying, the law enforcement officers. You get Daniel, I think that's the second or the third chapter. I believe it's the second chapter. Hey, everybody going to have to get down with the program. These governors, senates, mayors, all these states, man. Because it's going to be one way. And that's the Trump way. That's prophecy way. That's the New World Order, man. The elite's way. Revelation 13:15. He had power to give life into the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the beast. The image of the beast should be killed and or exiled, man. So this is the time we in. It's constantly getting harder and harder. And look, we hadn't seen nothing yet, man. Wait till the last 4 months of this year, man. 5 months of this year. Whatever we in. The last quarter of this year, man. 2026 will be crazy. Hey, stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema. Y'all keep pumping, man. Shalom. We almost up out of here.